Recently, we have been discussing about society, what it is, what it should be, and so on. This time the topic is a little bit different. Taking society for granted, is there anything beyond it? Society is, among other things, the rules that we live by. And sometimes these rules can damage us rather than make us better individuals, allowing us to have better lives. We saw that in the video about social networks and how we perceive what is around us, through images or, in general, through the new technologies. If you add this speech, you create a trilogy, which I haven't planned, but the more I think about it, the more I like it. So, there it is, the last entry. Nature. Your relationship with nature can vary depending on where you live. I've been in Rome for most of my life, but this you are watching is the place I like the most to call my home, the countryside near Rome, where I've spent the best of my childhood, the place I always come back to, not only to see my grandma that lives here, but also to find that tranquility that the city doesn't offer. Because of COVID, I've been staying here in quarantine for 2 months, and walking on and around these hills, I've experienced that peace that I often struggle to feel. Many thoughts came to mind in those 2 months. One of them was about our relationship with nature. Not in a consumerism way, not from a pollution point of view. You see, to me nature doesn't just mean trees and flowers, it means simplicity. I struggle to see our lives as complicated. They are great and mixed with various elements, but not complicated. We human beings all want the same thing. We look for a purpose in life, whether this would be love, our contribution to our state of being, usually both. There are many possibilities regarding how to find a purpose in life, but there is nothing really complicated about it. Society, on the contrary, is not that simple at all, but it doesn't have to be that way. We made it so. This is why we should go back to nature, not to the medieval times. We don't need to lose our comforts to be happy, but we need to have easier lives, and in fact, we should use technology to reach that destination. We don't need, for example, finance or heavy industry, or on a very low level of speech, more things. We need in fact less, and those have to be better in quality, not quantity. We need equity, a community where people don't have to rely on work to have a roof above their heads and good meal every day, but not so that they are able to work for richer people and their well-being, so that everyone can dedicate her or his time to do what they want and like, to find their purpose again. And if they can't contribute to the collective advancement of society and medicine, let it just be love and nothing more. Let's live to enjoy, to spend time walking and talking with the people we love, and let the rest to machines and geniuses. You might say that a system like that is an utopia, an illusion, but is it really? Or is it that we have been sold this way of living so much that we can see far from our noses, that we don't believe in anything better anymore? We have lost our hopes of a future where we are not slaves of the economy, where companies are not more powerful than nations. But let's imagine that at the end society doesn't improve, outside of the moral issues we still have to fight for. If the evolution of technology doesn't go anywhere, if it doesn't help us to build a better world, let it be so. We still have the resources to create enough, not just for us in the richer continents, even to those that still lack access to electricity and water. As humanity, we already have the means to do good about that. And who knows what we might find without capitalism, without consumerism, without the society of a spectacle, a life closer to people, to one another, closer to happiness, closer to peace.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend, for it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave.